Welcome to Juniteen time number 4. Thank you for joining and taking part, because without you we wouldn't have a Juniteen time. Let's pray and ask God to give us another good time together. Lord God, we just thank you for Juniteen time. We thank you for the fun we have. Thank you that we can learn about you and the Lord Jesus and the Bible. We just pray tonight we might see how amazing and wonderful the Lord Jesus is and the great and wonderful thing he can do for us. We ask it in his precious name. Amen. This week we're going to think about a really bad storm and how the Lord Jesus made it go away. You can take part if you like, because when we say the word wind, we go, we'll make like the wind in the story. Or if we say the waves, you can go, make the sound of the waves crashing down by the boat, the one on the boat. Okay, let's start the story. One day the Lord Jesus said to the disciples, let's go over to the other side of the lake. It was evening time, starting to get dark. Well, that was okay, because Peter and Andrew, James and John were fishermen, and they were used to going out on the lake at night, because that was the best time to go fishing. And besides which, storms took place in the afternoon, not the night. So everything would be fine. They got into a fishing boat and off they set. Everything was very quiet until suddenly this great storm comes, and the wind and the waves buffet the boat, toss it about, bob it up and down, soak the people inside. The waves are so big. Oh, it looks as if it's going to come down top of the boat and send it under the water. Oh, the disciples are frightened. They're so scared. Even the fishermen. They've never seen a storm like this before. The bad news is there's more and more water coming in the boat from the crashing waves. And the boat is starting to sink. It's starting to go down in the water. If the boat sinks, they'll sink with it. And they try and row and escape from the storm. But the wind is so powerful and the waves are so strong, they can't escape. And they're in real trouble. What are they going to do? Who are they going to ask to help them? Who can they ask to rescue and save them? I wonder if you know who it is. There's one other person in the boat, and it's him, and only him, who can help them. It's the Lord Jesus, but where is he? There he is. He's in the back of the boat, and guess what? He's fast asleep. He's so tired from walking miles and miles and miles and miles. There was no cars, no buses, no trains. Not many people had donkeys or horses, only the rich people really, so you had to walk everywhere. And he was so tired from all the walking he'd done, so tired from telling all the people about God and heaven, so tired about making people come back to life, so tired about making so many people better, and so tired from doing amazing things like feeding lots and lots of people when they were hungry. And the disciples try and wake him up. They shake him awake and they say, Master, Master, please help, we're in trouble. There's such a terrible storm. The waves are so big and the wind is so strong. It's going to sink the boat. Please help us, please rescue us, please save us. And Jesus stands up and he doesn't shout to try and be above the noise of the waves and the wind. Just stands up and he says 3 words. Quiet, be still. Immediately, at once, the wind went away and the waves stopped. They disappeared. And everything was just as calm and as peaceful as when they set off on their journey. The disciples looked at each other and said, wow, who is this man? Even the wind and the waves obey him. Well, do you know, the disciples would come to learn that Jesus is God's Son, the one that God sent to make things right between people and between God. And they would see him do something even more amazing than making this terrible storm go away. They'd see him die on the cross to be punished for the bad things they've done, come to life again, so that if they trust in him, he'll take their bad things away, make them God's friend, and he'll take them to heaven and give them a place to live there. You know, sometimes you and me, we like to think we can do everything ourselves. We can't. We don't like to say we can't, do we? And people offer to help us. It's okay, I can do it. And you know, there's one thing all of us can't do, and that's get to heaven by ourselves. We all need someone to help us. And just like the only person to help the disciples in the boat, the only person to help us get to heaven is the Lord Jesus. We have to believe he is God's Son, the one God sent to make us God's friends by taking away the bad things in our hearts. And if we truly ask him, he'll take us to heaven to be with him forever. Jesus isn't sleeping like he was in the boat. He's wide awake. He's waiting for us to ask him to do this wonderful thing for us. So will you be like the disciples? Will you say, Lord Jesus, I believe you are God's Son, and I believe you died on the cross being punished for my bad things. Please take them away. Please make me God's friend. And please take me to heaven. If we do that with all our hearts, you will. And one day we'll be together in heaven, and we'll remember this time we had talking about Jesus and the storm. We're going to have a quick quiz now, and then we're going to play 2 quick games. Okay, here's the quiz. What type of boat did they get into? A fishing boat, a rowing boat, or a ferry boat? It was a fishing boat. That was an easy one, wasn't it? When did they go out on the lake? In the night, or the evening, the afternoon, or the morning? Well done if you said the evening or the night. True or false? All of the disciples were fishermen. False. Only 4 of them. True or false? The best time to go fishing was in the morning. That wasn't true, was it? It was the night time. True or false? All of the disciples in the boat when the storm came were frightened and afraid. Yes, they were. They were all scared. What was Jesus doing in the boat? Well then, if you said fast asleep or just asleep, good answer. What did Jesus do that made the storm stop? You could have quiet, be still. That's the words he said. Or you could just say he told it to stop. Or he made it go away. Well done if you said any of those answers. Well done if you got any of those questions right. Okay, we're going to play 2 quick games now. And this first one, I'm just going to tell you how to play it. And you can play this at home afterwards. Okay? You need to pretend you're in a fishing boat. And you have to have one of these jobs. You can be a rower on the oars. Okay? You can be a person on the sails, pulling the sails up, letting the sails back down. You can be the steerer of the boat with what we call a tiller. It moves the boat from one way to another. Okay. You can be a fisher, throwing the nets into the sea to catch the fish. You can be the anchor dropper. When the boat's out in the lake and you want to stop, they drop the anchor so it won't move, and then you pull it back up when you want to go somewhere else. Or you can be the person bailing the water out of the boat in case there's a storm. Okay? Bail means you just check the water back out, and hopefully you can check out enough water to stop the boat from sinking. Well, I wonder which job you'll pick when you play the game after. Make up a story about going fishing in the lake, and you can do the actions to all those jobs. So, which job did you pick? I wonder which job you thought was the most important. I think it's the one who steers the boat. He's got a piece of wood attached to another piece of wood under the boat, and he steers the ship to go whichever way you want it to. And I think without him, you wouldn't be able to go where you wanted to. That's how to catch the fish. And you won't be able to come back to the shore again. So I think he has the most important job in the boat. Do you know something? Out of everybody and all the jobs they have, the Lord Jesus has the most important ever. So only he can take away the bad stuff inside us and take us to heaven to be with him forever. Other people have got important jobs, all the nurses, all the care workers, people like that, they've got really important special jobs. But Jesus is even more special and important, because only Jesus can do what Jesus can do. And I hope you'll ask him to do it for you. Okay, next game we're going to play I Spy. You might think, well, how can we play I Spy? You're there, we're here. You can't see what we've got around us. We can't see what you are like and what you've got there. But I want you to pretend you're in the boat by the beach, by the seaside, and I can give you some letters and some clues as to what you can see. Okay, first one. I spy like something in the L. It's tall, it's white, it shines a light. It stops ships clashing on the rocks. Well done if you said lighthouse. I spy like something begin with S. It swims in the sea, it eats fish, it claps its flippers, it goes on. Well done if you said a seal. I spy my little eye something begin with B. It's made up of sand and people are on it. Brilliant if you said beach. I spy my little eye something begin with F. They swim in the water. There's all different sorts. Sometimes you can catch them with a line. Sometimes you can catch them with a net. And in the story, people caught them by throwing a big net out of the boat. Now, well done if you said fish. I spy my life something else begin with S. It's green, it's slimy, it's slippery if you walk on it, and you see it when the tide goes out. Excellent if you said seaweed. Well, my next I spy, my little eyes, also begin with S. It's got a fin on the back, it's scary and fierce, and it's got lots of pointed teeth. Did you guess it's a shark? I spy my little eye, something begin with S, and you make it on the beach with a bucket and spade. Excellent if you said sand castle. My last one is two words and they begin with R and P. And you see these when the tide goes out, and fish and little animals live in them until the tide comes back in. Really good if you said rock pool. Well, just before we go, next week, I need you to bring a pack of crisps, a plate, some money, and pencils and paper. Okay, have a good week, stay safe, and we'll see you next week. Bye!